Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Race to Division 1. If you guys missed the previous episode, we ended up starting off Division 4 on a really strong start with 2 wins. We've got our 6 points, so we're going to try to continue this little hot streak we're on using the team that we've built 2 episodes ago. And I really do like this team, man. All of the players are really solid. Rafinha has really surprised me. I used him last year on Ultimate Team. Didn't really like him at all last year. This year, he's an absolute monster on the game. So if you guys want a cheap beast, especially if you guys are building your Brazilian teams, I highly recommend him. He's a great cam on the game. Not sure how he would play as a center mid, but as far as being a cam and creating for you, he is exceptional. Now, this guy you guys saw was using a 4-3-3 team, not the best team in the world. But sometimes it's those players who are using okay teams that are the most difficult to beat, because if they've gotten to where they've gotten to, most likely they are good players. Now, this guy, solid defender. However, instead of clearing the ball, he would try to pass it right from his defense. And you guys can see it's a bad move because it'll get intercepted every single time, as Rafinha just proving that he is an excellent cam this year as we go ahead with a scoop turn to get some space and put it into the back of the net to give us the 1-0 lead early on. But right there, he had an opportunity in the match to go ahead and equalize. Luckily, Trap is in great positioning to go ahead and save that one as we get him in a counter here. 45th minute approaching action. Jackson Martinez with the ball on the wings. Gonna take on a defender. Great move, but puts it wide. Unbelievable hit. Hits the post, puts it wide. Could have been 2-0 easily. We could have walked into the second half with a bigger lead, but you guys can see little patient buildup as we like to play. People making runs. Sometimes your team is just making great runs, and Rafinha, who else is going to go ahead and do some nasty work and put it into the net again to give us our second goal of the match? Rafinha, just an absolute monster. I've said it before, an absolute monster. Pick him up if you can. He's like 900 coins. You guys can see what he's doing to teams, man. He's creating so much havoc, so much chaos for them. They can't stop him. As once again, Rafinha does a great job right here. Holds the ball, waits for Action Jackson to make the run, and a lovely, lovely finish by Jackson Martinez there to give us the 3rd goal of the match. So after we went ahead and broke down his defense, things started coming a little bit easier for us. You guys can see one thing led to another. His keeper comes out. He ends up trying to clear it again, and Rafael says, yo, let me get on the action, son. What is this, man? What is with my Brazilian brother, Rafinha, getting all the goals? Let me go ahead and get in some of the action. You guys remember Rafael was a player that I was raving about in the beginning of the Race to Division 1 in like episode number 3 or 4 or something when I picked him up. But now with his inform, he is a little bit better. I can't really tell the difference that much, but still a lovely player to use. I'm using him as my left cam rather than a center forward or striker, and he just fits that role perfectly. But you guys will see 75th minute approaches, and all of a sudden we get the circle ball of death. I thought, oh no, not a disconnect. Please, AA, not a disconnect once again. You guys are killing me with this stuff. Luckily, I think it was him rage quitting here. You guys can see connection has been lost, but we do get the victory. We're up 4-0 with the game almost ending, so it was only right for us to get the win. So he either rage quit or the servers ended up dying on us, but I think he ended up rage quitting from what it looks like. But you guys will end up seeing eventually match stats do come up. We played very, very well this game, and we made sure that we continue our hot streak. We are in form, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing wonderful in Division 4. You guys see the match stats here. He did have some shots on target, nothing that was too threatening though, and we have 9 points now in Division 4. We've won our first 3 games, and in the second opponent of this match, a 4-4-2 full BPL side. Very, very nice looking team. I really liked how he put this one together. His center mids there, he's got one center mid who can play a little bit more defensive, and then he's got the cam. Always the greatest way to play your 4-4-2s. But 3 minutes in, look at what Koke does on the wings here. He ends up getting the ball back, but just a great job dribbling around his defender as Danilo. I don't know, man. I just was playing really, really well this game. Look at this. Just look at that footwork. Oh, my goodness. Dirty. Danilo finds Jackson Martinez, who's going to put it in near post, and we end up getting the first goal of the match 5 minutes in. So I'm really enjoying just scoring early against my opponents throughout these throughout these first 4 Division 4 games. Very happy that I've been able to score early to get that pressure off my back, and again get him on a counter. Rafinha outpaces Cahill, but Courtois comes through big for our opponent, and unlucky that Jackson Martinez doesn't get a poke on that ball. That would have been 2-0 easily. But our defense gets opened up with a through ball, nasty through ball. Luckily, Trapp holds his ground, and thank goodness Danny Welbeck didn't finish that one. That would have been the equalizer. We're into the second half now as my opponent tries to work the ball down the wings. You guys can see he's got this little left-right dribble thing he's got going on. He gets a little burst of speed. Kind of cool animation there. I don't know how he's doing that, but we ended up defending that cross, and he's doing it again with Walcott, and it was giving me a lot of trouble. I'm like, oh man, what's going on? And again, Trapp, thank goodness, he ends up making another save to make sure we have that lead throughout the second half. We find Lamela here with some space on the wing. We had subbed him on for Koke. You can see here why I didn't shoot the ball. I have no clue. I just was toying around with the ball too much, man, and that's one thing that's good about being able to watch your games over again. You get to improve, you get to see what you've been doing wrong, and you guys can see here, I could have just taken the opportunity, taken the chance, and taken that shot, and at least I would have had a shot on goal, but I was too busy doing fake shots and doing ball rolls and this and that. Sometimes it's best to just keep it simple, and I didn't do that. I wasn't keeping it simple, and this guy, man, how lucky did we get here? He just goes down the byline, and thank goodness he ends up kicking it out of bounds. I think if he just waited maybe 2 more seconds, he would have been able to squeeze that one near post. But once again, we find space. Rafinha one more time. Courtois makes a double save. My goodness, what a brilliant job to make sure that we don't score and we walk away with a very small margin victory, 1-0, and this could have easily gone either way. It could have been a draw, I could have lost, but luckily we walk away with the win. You guys see the match stats there. We did a great job having that pass accuracy really high, but he had more shots on target. Doesn't matter. All that matters is we got the W. That's the only stat line that counts. We got the win. We got 3 points. We're sitting at 12 points. We've won our first 4 games in Division 4. Things could not be going better for us. So we're really close to getting promoted to Division 3, and then we'll see how that all goes in the next few episodes. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, what are you doing, man? I mean, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that sub button. I don't even know what the hell I just said. I had go to the sub button. Go ahead and hit that sub button. What else you gonna do? Catch you guys tomorrow.